everyone, welcome back to my channel. So since we recently hit 7K, which is a huge accomplishment for me, and I just want to thank every single one of you out there for supporting and contributing to the growth of my channel. I have decided that I will be answering your anonymous questions, and this was a Google form posted on the community tab of my channel, if you were wondering. So if you're looking to have your comment answered or, just read in one of my training videos or something, make sure you keep an eye on my community tab. And also have your notifications on, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Alright, so these questions are going to be very interesting, and because, again, I hit 7K, which is one of my goals, it's going to contain my age, name, and face reveal. So the only catch to this is that you have to watch the whole video because you never know what part of the video is going to contain this information because there are no captions or anything. So, you might as well stay along for the ride. Okay, let's get started. I'm in Silver Glen Manor because we had a DS training event the other day and I logged off here, so I'm also really proud of myself for finally kind of leveling up my horse. Alright, let's start with these questions. Well, first of all, these are actually like really juicy. Well, some of them are because, when questions are anonymous, people tend to be bolder. So I'm kind of scared, but it's okay. Starting off, what is the worst thing that's ever happened inside Danger Sisters? Well, okay, this might sound bad, and please keep in mind that I'm talking about the old DS, not the current one, and this current one has started, a week or two ago, so not a really long period of time, um, and we are changing in a good way, okay? So, the worst thing that happened, I don't even really know in the old DS, because, it sounds really bad when I say it, but there were so many interesting, let's just say, events that happened, and I can't even remember them all clearly because, at this point, it's just kind of numb, and you realize that the drama, or whatever you like to call it, that happened in the past was just really immature, and then it's funny. It's not even, I can't even think of it. I guess the worst thing that I would say that happened is um, losing motivation, I guess, which resulted in our ban in the end. And it's because people just generally left, which, I mean, you can kind of expect that because not everyone's going to stay in the club for forever, obviously. But it hurts, and then especially when it's a friend group and one of them leaves and then seven of the others leave and everyone else in the club gets sad, and then the mood is really just sad for a while. That would probably be what I'd consider to be the worst thing, I guess. The banning, obviously, and then losing motivation. That's what I'd say. But there were some drama situations that I don't really want to get into. Why did you start YouTube? Okay, the funny thing is, I don't think I've really been asked this question before, but I started YouTube because ever since I was young, I've always wanted something to do with social media because there's something about it that I just find so intriguing. And I started YouTube because I thought it would be a great opportunity, and I love technology. I really love editing videos, recording videos, and being able to reach a wider audience. So that's kind of, I guess, why I started. I love to incorporate my creativity into content for you guys. It's been really fun. Have you ever bragged to a noob? I know I have, once. I was 10 years old. Don't come at me. I think so. I mean, okay, when I got Star Rider, I was so, how would you even call that? Honored? I was so proud of myself for finally being able to be a Star Rider. And I remember, like, I'd go to the Lifetime shop, I'd make the ugliest outfits that I thought were actually good, and then I'd go in front of a noob or someone who looked like they didn't have Star Rider, and I'd just stand there. Like, what did I expect them to do? Just come back from being AFK or something and see me with an outfit and cry? Like, I don't know what I really wanted to get out of that, but I have done that. I don't do it anymore, though, I promise. If you could choose one horse from Star Stable to own in real life, which one would it be, coat included? Oh, that's an easy one. If I was able to own a horse in real life, in real life that was from Star Stable, I'd choose the Jet Black Frisian. I don't know too much about horses in real life, and especially horse breeds, but Frisians are just so pretty, and if like they have they're just gorgeous. They're curly manes and everything, and they're just a great size. Look, there's a Frisian right by me. But yeah, I'd probably own the jet black Frisian in Star Stable because the face markings are just adorable and everything. And getting to do dressage in real life would be awesome. What's the worst club that you've ever been in? Um, I know that I said I'd answer these questions, but, and I am gonna answer this one, like, honestly, like I said I would. But there's no the worst club that I've been in. Can I just say that? Like, all clubs are unique in their own way. I'm not going. Hold back to the question, which is, what is the worst club that you've ever been in? So, like I said, all clubs are unique, and I'm not one to judge a club because sometimes, they're having a rough time, and it just, like, how should I say it? So, like, your experience may be different from other people's experience. Maybe your personality just didn't fit in, or something else, right? So, not everyone's experience in a club is going to be the same for many reasons. So, you shouldn't be able to really judge the worst club. You shouldn't judge a club based on like your relationships in that club, the ranking, whatever. So, although I've had bad experiences in some clubs, I'm not gonna say that there's the worst club. Because the club that might have been bad for me could have been good for someone else. And I don't rank my experiences in clubs, really. Do you ride horses in real life, and what brought you to Star Stable Online? I actually have been asked the question of do I ride in real life multiple times, but sadly I don't because it's a really expensive sport, and I already do lots of other extracurriculars, so I don't really have the time to do that, although I'd love to, and my parents won't let me. Like, I went to camp and stuff, but, like, I don't do it on a weekly basis. And what brought me to Star Stable Online? Okay, are you guys ready for this story? So, basically, right, I've always been obsessed with horses as a child. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I've just always been in love with horses. As a child, even as like a kindergartner, I loved My Little Pony. I was absolutely obsessed. I memorized all the facts and I watched all the episodes like again and again to the point where like I could recite anything. Like I could literally read the script of the characters. Like I was that obsessed. And that brought me into horses. So I went to camps, like I've been to different I've ridden before, but not officially. Like those amusement parks where there's like events and you get to pay like $20 to have your child ride a horse for 5 seconds? Yeah, that's what I did. And I was like, "Oh, this is great." Although I did nothing because there was always this like caretaker, just leading the horse around. So all you did was sit on the horse and nothing else. But I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." So then later in like grade, what was it, 4 or 5, I went to horseback riding camp for the first time. And it was amazing. It was super, super fun. But like you didn't get to ride for very long. It was like half an hour, and it was like a 6-hour camp. So I'm not even gonna get into the details because I'm just gonna rant off about who knows what. But I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then the next year, I went to a different horseback riding camp with friends, and I was like, okay, that's awesome. And then a couple years ago, two or three, I think, I really got into horseback riding. I like begged my parents. They let me have lessons because there was this coupon thing at a stable, I think, and we me and my sister actually we had lessons 2 times a week, and they were like 45-minute lessons, but it was like private lessons, and it was fun aside from the fact that like they didn't really teach us anything. Like it's like they didn't remember us. Like every time they saw us, they teach us from the beginning again, like literally how to steer your horse, which like I know the basics and stuff like that, and I really did not want to be taught stuff like that again. And they wouldn't like the people there, they wouldn't let go of your horse. So like you wouldn't be able to ride on your own. You'd have to ride with someone leading the horse, no matter how experienced you said you were. So I mean, that got boring really fast because we weren't learning anything new, and we were just literally riding around the arena in circles until we just got annoyed. And then we went to a different stable for lessons, and they actually allowed us to, ride routines and fun stuff with our horses, which was really fun until the coupon thing ran out or something, because I mean I guess I never really expected to be doing horseback riding officially anyways, because my parents never supported that. They said I'd never get a career in it or anything, so like they were like, what's the point? But it was a really fun hobby while it lasted, and once the coupon of like 8 lessons, no, like it was like 24 lessons or something, but once those coupons ran out, they were like, nope, you're not gonna do that anymore. And believe it or not, my parents actually got mad at me because they said I wasn't improving at my lessons, and every lesson was me doing the same thing again, which was kind of true, but that wasn't my problem, okay? That was the stable's problem. Because we were learning the same things and they weren't letting us do things on our own for like a long time. So, that's my horseback riding story. But after those lessons, I was like, well, there's no chances of me getting to go horseback riding again because I bring it up at least once every week to my parents, and every time they turn me down. So I eventually gave up, and I was like, okay, well, let's find a video game to satisfy my needs for horseback riding because I will obviously not get the opportunity to do that in real life anymore. So I was searching online horse games, right? And there is obviously Roblox because that was the main game I played back then, and I played this game called Horse Valley, I think, for months. Both my horses are like maxed on that game because it was free and stuff, right? And I'm like a saver as much as I can be, and I don't like wasting people's money, and I feel really bad about it if I like have to ask my parents to get me stuff all the time. So I just kind of played random horse games, but none of them were really interactive, if that makes sense. Like dress up your pony, tack up your horse. It was just that type of stuff, and I just eventually came across Star Stable when I was browsing. I think it was a YouTube ad or something, but like I've seen Star Stable before, and I knew it wasn't free, which is why I never really looked at it in depth, because games that are not free are usually games that are pretty expensive once you start getting into it. And I was not wrong. Star Stable is an expensive game once you get addicted. So that was fun. Um, and then yeah, I basically came across Star Stable. I got to level 5 and I was like, oh, this is sick. And then a couple months later, because my birthday was coming up, I finished my exam, which was on my birthday, and as a gift for passing my exam as well as it being my birthday, I convinced my parents to buy me a Lifetime Star Rider, and by that point, I believe I had already I got one, like, there was a $1 2-week Star Rider deal, I believe. And using that, I grinded to level 14 because I was so obsessed with the game. Like, you have no idea. It was so fun to play. Unlike it is now. Like, no offense to Star Stable or anything. But, yeah. So, that's generally how I started playing Star Stable, and I just got more and more into it and more involved with the community, I guess. So, here I am now. Who would have guessed? What is your sexuality? I am straight, although I 100% support the LGBTQ plus community. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Star Stable Online, Terrific Tigers, Dangerous Sisters, etc.? And how do you enjoy YouTube? TT is 100 out of 10, and that probably wouldn't even be a high enough ranking. They're just amazing. Like, I cannot express in words. They're always gonna be in my heart. They're my absolute favorites. Dangerous Sisters, I'd probably say the same thing. You know, once we get up and running, I'm 100% sure that I will love them so much more. But we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited for how the future is gonna be. 100 out of 10. Star Stable. Okay, the game itself. Okay, let me just say, the game itself is really fun if you get started, but then once you level up and there's really no other goals that you can reach, it gets boring. So then there's only clubs and stuff to keep you alive. Generally though, I'd probably say Star Stable, like, the game is an 8.5 out of 10. It is the most detailed and played horse game out there. The community is so toxic though, and uh, don't even get me started, bro. The game itself, though, is not bad. YouTube, 100%, I definitely enjoy YouTube. Not because of the benefits or anything, whatever you want to consider it as, but it's just a really fun way to get to, like, share my content, my thoughts, and everything, and actually have a voice in the community. It's awesome, and getting to meet so many people who may have the same thoughts as you and making more friends, generally getting to reach out is definitely it's a great experience. And also, thank you to the person who submitted this for your lovely words. It honestly, that makes my day knowing that I can make someone else's day just with my videos alone. And that is another reason why I love YouTube, because being able to be someone's, like, comfort YouTuber, it means a lot to me that I can make you guys happy, because I know how tough it can be sometimes. Okay, now we have the first question that I believe a lot of people have been dying to know, which is, how old are you?
How old are you?
16! I'm my grandmother.
For this question, for this answer, I'm going to be giving you guys, like, a small age range, because although I don't really mind sharing my age on the internet, because I am one to believe that it shouldn't really matter how old you are. You should, like, it doesn't matter how old you are. It is not an excuse to misbehave or anything. Like, as long as you're doing what you should be doing and being mature, then it shouldn't matter how old you are, right? But I'm still not going to share my exact age, because I don't want people using that against me, so I will give you an age range. So I am between 14 and 16 years old. Okay, so that's my age range. You're free to make your own assumptions. If you know me in real life, please do not try to expose me in the comments, because why? I see you. There are actually lots of people in real life that know I have a YouTube channel, and I'm not embarrassed about it, I promise. Like, but yeah, there you go. There's your answer, okay? Have you ever wanted to quit Star Stable? Yes. a lot of people, okay, you'll think that being a YouTuber would be super motivating and make you want to log on to upload videos and make more friends and everything. But it really does not change that much. Like, you still feel the urge to quit Star Stable, even no matter your following, you know. The Star Stable just gets boring sometimes. And I've definitely wanted to quit before for reasons where there's either drama where you just like feel it's your breaking point and you can't go any further, or either that or you just get bored because there's nothing to do. What is your favorite thing about Star Stable? Okay, so the first thing that came to mind was the community, but then I took a second to process that and I was like, you know what? That's not my favorite thing about Star Stable, because if you haven't experienced it already, be thankful. The toxic people in this community really are the worst. My personal favorite thing about Star Stable is the nice people in Star Stable. The supporters, the people who are always under your posts commenting, "Oh my god, yas, queen," or like just bringing you up. It warms my heart, honestly, that I really, it brings up my faith in humanity, and like I really believe that we can do better. Like, you have no idea how much just a little comment can make anyone's day better. Have you purposely ignored a fan or someone in Star Stable because they had gotten annoying? Um, yes. I mean, shouldn't you be allowed to ignore someone who's annoying you? Like, you have the right to do that, you know? And when someone, like, spams me or they're just, like, really immature about something, or like they call me 10 times in a row or different periods in the day and then they say it's an accident, I tell them to stop and they like do it again, that's just plain annoying. And at that point I will ignore you. Like, don't get me wrong, I love interacting with fans and just people in general, but if you're gonna like be a pest, then no thanks. What's your preference on some of the newer horse breeds that have come out in the last few months? Okay, so there are some horse breeds that I have been kind of disappointed in, but some of them I love. Like, my preference is probably the Arabian. What am I saying? Oh my god. Okay, I cannot talk today. My preference is the Gen 3 Arabians, and I kind of like the Gotland ponies. But I believe that the Gen 3 Frisians could use a little fixing. That's kind of my opinion. I don't really remember too much about the... Oh, okay, no, there's the Jorvik Wild as well. Those are pretty cute, but not my favorite. I guess that's my opinion. I don't even remember all the horses that have been released recently because Star Stable they've just been on a roll releasing these horses. And like I remember reading somewhere, like, didn't they promise that 2020 was the year for horses and 2021 was going to be the year for quests and stuff? Like, we got one main update. We got no, one main storyline quest this year and that was it. Like, not gonna be greedy or anything, but it would be great to see more. Okay, now we're getting into some tea. Um, some people are asking, are you in a relationship with anyone? And do you have boyfriends? Uh, no, sadly, I am single for life. I'm gonna marry myself, but that's okay. Hashtag self-love. No, I'm kidding. It's no. I do not need another person to define me because I am a strong, independent woman. That's so cringy. Oh my god. I mean, I think I would just date myself. You know, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know the vibes. Describe calling with your club on Discord for the first time. Were you scared, and how did it go? So I'm aware that this experience could be different for everyone, and it most likely is, but I am really like a very outgoing person, and some may call me dramatic, I mean, I meant kind of, but I just really like to talk. I'm very social, so like calling with people is not a problem for me at all, even if it's with people online, and even if it was my first time and I had no prior experience. I don't remember being uncomfortable at all. Calling with Dangerous Sisters, I guess I was a bit scared, probably because I hadn't really talked to people on the internet before, so I was obviously a bit nervous, but once I got to know people, it was great. And then calling with Terrific Tigers for the first time, everyone was just so warm and welcoming, it immediately felt like home. Do you actually play Star Stable because you want to, or do you only log on to make videos? Well, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. Like sometimes I log on because I'm like, ooh, I want to, see potential shopping spree, take a look at some horses, do some training. But then other days I'm like, dude, do I really have to log on this game? Screw it, I'm just gonna film a video. It's just, it depends. Sometimes YouTube is the only thing that's keeping me alive on Star Stable right now, and sometimes I get a burst of motivation to log on and actually do something for once. Have you ever snuck out? Um, no. I'm a responsible kiddo, and you guys should learn from me. I've never snuck out of my house, especially not at night. Like I'm actually feared. I'm in fear. Wait, what? I'm scared of my parents. Like they're scary, okay? They're big and wait. But no, I'm very intimidated by them, and I would never. Please don't do that. When did you first learn Star Stable Dressage, and how did you get into it? The first real club that I joined and was actually actively a part of is Silver Ponies, and those were my bays. Um, there was this one member who was Rachel Eagle Rider, and Eagle, if you're watching this, I love you so much. I haven't seen you in 2 years. I literally, I miss you so much. Please, um, get back to me. Like, I would give anything to talk to you again. But Eagle was Silver Pony's dressage instructor, and we started off just chat commanding, and she was the nicest person. I swear to God, like she went with me through everything, and after our little lessons, she would always mail me. I would log on to something in the mailbox, and it would be like from her, and she would be like, "Hey Eva, you did great at today's lesson today. Like you did great at today's lesson. Um, you are improving so fast. I'm so proud of you. And hit me up if you need another lesson." She was the sweetest being. Um, but yeah, so that's Eagle for you. And after that, after Silver Eagle, after Silver Ponies disbanded, I kept in touch with her for a bit, although I haven't seen her in a long time. And just thinking it makes me sad. I'm gonna mail her soon, hopefully. She's still on this game. But, yeah. Then I just started watching Ironhoof's videos as I got more and more into dressage. I joined the SSD Discord server, all that stuff, and, browsed more clubs, learned by myself, as well as my amazing best friend Dream, who taught me, like, all the fundamentals of dressage. And that's how I basically got into SSD. Yeah. Is there a Discord server for Dangerous Sisters? If you're talking about an open server, no, we currently don't have an open server, but we do have a closed server, and our open server is in the progress. By in the progress, we mean like the leaders are just messing around in the server. It's okay though. It's okay. It is a work in progress. Do you regret leaving Terrific Tigers? Uh, Also, if the answer to the first question is no, do you think you will ever regret leaving? Um, no, I don't really regret leaving Terrific Tigers, and this isn't to be said in a rude way. And my journey with them, but like my journey with them has ended for the time being, although they will forever be in my heart. Um, I just really wanted to start club owning again, and obviously a new path. I will probably regret it sometime in the future, but hopefully if that's an issue, then I will be able to rejoin. Are you ever filming and someone runs past your camera, ruining the shot, and you just want to scream because it took you so long to get it? Oh my, yeah. I mean, yeah, it actually has happened. Only in roleplay videos though. But like when I'm trying to film a shot and I got the perfect shot and then someone like runs across at the last minute, the time I need to cut the clip, it's so irritating. But in general videos, I don't really care if someone runs past while I'm recording because it doesn't really matter. It's all my channel's like a joke anyways. So it's fine, I don't mind that. But when I'm trying to get a serious clip, it is frustrating. Did you ever have a YouTube channel before Eva Snowglass? If so, what was it called and is it still around? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about that. I had this channel called Cupcake Cat Forever, and then I had one called Squishy Dino from the time where squishies and slime was still a thing, believe it or not. Those were the cringiest, and I didn't know how to screen record. I didn't know anything about tech. So if you watched my previous video on like, reacting to my old Roblox vid and stuff, you would get what I'm talking about because I didn't know how to screen record, and I actually tried to record videos with my mom's phone, and my hand was very shaky. Camera quality was like -3,000. And I didn't know what was going on, so you can't really blame me. But that was my old channel. I remember being so excited when I got 100 views on a video and 10 subs, and I was so jealous when my friend got 1K subs. Like I was like, how do they even do that? Like how does one accomplish such a thing? And look look where I am now. I'm really, really thankful. But it's still around. It's called. I changed the name to Eva Snowglass. It's like my draft channel now. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to. Like I'm not making a second channel or anything, and I believe I've privated most of my content, but you never know, and I'm scared to go back and check. Have you ever made a club, disbanded it, made a club, disbanded it, made a club, disbanded it? Um, why? One word. Why?
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
What is your biggest fear, or if you have any phobia? My biggest fear is heights. And that's really funny because I really like to jump from heights. That makes absolutely no sense, but I'm so scared of heights, but I love the feeling of jumping from heights. I I can't process that. And my second biggest fear is the dark. Cause you know that feeling where you turn off the lights in your basement and then you have to sprint up the stairs before that monster catches you? That's how I feel, but all the time. Ooh, juicy question number 2 that I've actually received. What is your in real life name? And is your in real life name Eva? No, my in real life name is not Eva. Okay, so the thing is, if anyone's concerned about my privacy, like, I'm the one who's, willingly saying this. And I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing my real name on the internet, because, like, what are you gonna do? Dox me? Like, uh, and what about it? Like, what about it? Send me chocolates or something, please. But yeah, I don't really mind. After I tell you my real name, please still call me Snow. Like, I'm comfortable with you calling me by my real name, but just on this platform, I prefer Snow. It's just my closer friends who actually call me by my real name. Some closer friends are on Star Stable as well. I just don't really mind. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But my real name is Shannon. I know a lot of people have guessed it. There was this one video of my Q&As, and I gave you guys clues, and a lot of big brainers out there actually got it. I just didn't reply or didn't want to expose myself just yet. But that's my real name. Um, that's also why my nickname is Snow, because both my real life name and Snow starts with an S, and I just felt that related more, I guess. What is the biggest fear you have of being a YouTuber? Um, Straight off the bat, I can't really think of anything. There are some fears that I would have. And I don't mean it in like a cocky way or anything, but here you go. So first of all, my biggest fear is like suddenly being shadow banned by YouTube, and my subscriber count just doesn't grow. No, my views go to like 0, and it's not because I want to make money or I want to feel famous or anything of the sort. It's just like no more motivation. You kind of feel unappreciated, and watching all the creators who were previously didn't have as much as you just suddenly spike, you're like, what am I doing wrong? And then you like push yourself, you spend hours editing videos and just for them to get like 0 views. It's really unmotivating, and it's not a good feeling. And being a YouTuber, like, it's not the easiest thing because you constantly have to think about your surroundings, what you're doing, and the competition. Like, you're always being pressured, and you have to keep in mind all these things. It's fun though once you get the hang of it. Um, then I was gonna say that a fear I had of being a YouTuber was hate, but then I remembered that like hate is funny. So I guess that's not really a fear. What games do you play other than Star Stable? Fortnite. The way that that's the first thing that came to mind is hilarious. Okay, no, but I do play Fortnite. You should add me. Uh, then I also play Valorant. I'm literally Iron 1. I'm so cracked, like you have no idea. I do play Roblox, but I haven't logged on in like 3 years. I swear to God, if you check, once I log in, it'll say like last seen 500 like 26 days ago. But I play Roblox. I play um well, those are like my main PC games, I guess. I've been trying to get into Red Dead Redemption 2, but apparently that's an R-rated game and my parents don't like that. Have you ever wanted to quit YouTube because of hate or another reason? Like you didn't feel unmotivated to post? Okay, I hate to say this because this is such a cliche, but you should never quit or do something to hate. Like, don't be pushed to do something because of hate. At least do it because you really, like, that's generally what you believe in. But, like, for example, if someone was gonna bully you to, like, delete your account or something, if you do that, you're like giving in to them. It's like giving them a win, right? So you gotta stand up for yourself. So no matter what happens in the future, I'm never going to back down to hate. That's the last thing I would back down to. Like me just getting unmotivated is probably a likelier situation. Um, uh, I mean, okay, not I've been unmotivated to post before, but I've never been so unmotivated as to like I was gonna quit YouTube because it's still a fun thing to do, the fact that I get to share my passion, and at least it's one hobby that I can continue doing properly. So I've never thought about quitting YouTube, but I have been unmotivated to post videos. Do you earn money off of YouTube? If so, how much? Yes, I do make money off of YouTube. I mean, I don't see why you shouldn't be. I believe like anyone that can be monetized is gonna get monetized. Although that is not my only reason for making Star Stable videos. Like, I make these because I genuinely enjoy it, and I hope I don't sound forced or anything, because if this was only for the money, I wouldn't be spending hours to create and invent creative content. And I don't believe that I'm allowed to share with you guys how much money I do make, because isn't that like against the rules of isn't that against like the rules of YouTube monetization? I am just not gonna share that just in case. Do you have a crush? Yes, I do. I'm not gonna say anything other than that because I'm so scared that someone in my class or, eventually is gonna find my YouTube channel and then I don't even want to know what that's gonna look like, bro. Like, I, I've had a crush for about like 1 or 2 years now. It's always been the same person. It's a guy in my class. Um, we were shipped for a long time, and we still kind of are, but it's okay. Uh, it's all good. Oh my god, I'm so lucky that these animals are like ones that I don't have to feed or like herd back. Opinion on the racing community. I was a part of the racing community before the dressage community, okay? And I kind of am a part of the racing community, I guess. Sometimes. When I feel like it. I did champs, like I did every single champ every single day for like a month. Like I knew all of the shortcuts and everything. I spent hours studying the physics behind this game. I think they're pretty cool though. Like I've never really met a toxic racer. They're really chill and they're pretty cool. Yeah. Last but not least, probably the most wanted requested thing is a face reveal. And before you guys see, just please keep in mind that I'm not the most confident about my looks, and this is not fishing for compliments. I'm not a pick-me, I promise. But just like, if you don't have anything kind to say, please don't say it, And I haven't gotten a proper good photo of myself in a long time because I don't take selfies normally. I don't have the time to take pictures of myself. But yeah, this is me, a black and white photo because why not? Yeah. I hope you guys aren't like disappointed or anything. And I know that I probably look really no, I might not look like you expected me to look like, but that is okay. I hope it doesn't change the way anyone feels about me. But yeah, that's me. Um, so that is it for today's video. Props to you if you actually managed to watch through the entire video, because I know that was a struggle. Yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video. I might be taking this down in 24 hours, who knows, depending on how it goes. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Have a great rest of your day.